This is the audio video for our forecasting project for Marketing 2312. Our product being the iPhone. I will start with slide 1. iPhone, what the future holds. Evolution of the iPhone. On June 29, 2007, the first iPhone was released to the public for purchase. It was the first smartphone of its kind, having a touchscreen, having web browsing capabilities, and so much more. It offered a 3.5-inch screen, a 2 megapixel camera, and the 4 gigabyte model sold for $499. On September 24, 2001, just over 14 years later, the iPhone 13 Pro was released. Having sold 149.8 million iPhones worldwide, it is no secret that iPhone has made sure to keep up with their prestigious status. The iPhone 13 Pro offered a 6.1-inch screen, a quad 12 megapixel camera, and the 256 gigabyte was priced at $1,099.
Since the release of iPhone 13 series, there are lots of rumors about the new releases in the future, especially the iPhone 14 series, which will be launched later this year. Here are some of the features I gathered from the internet. First, iPhone 14 will be released in several months. That is definitely true. iPhone to hold its annual full iPhone event in September 2022, as it does almost every year, with the phones being released shortly thereafter, usually the following Friday. So the major improvements on the iPhone feature rumored is the 48 megapixel wide rear camera for the Pro and Pro Max models. It is 12 megapixel right now with iPhone 13. Both Jeff Poole and TrendForce hypothesized the two Pro models will be equipped with a 48 megapixel wide lens. Poole, however, adds that the iPhones will sport a triple lens near camera system with a 12 megapixel ultra wide and telephoto lenses in addition to the 48 megapixel wide lens. The second is notchless. YouTube and iPhone leaker John Prosser made waves the week before the iPhone 13 announcement by releasing renders by commissioned of the iPhone 14 Pro Max based on real images and schematics leaked to him from purposed sources at Apple. A hole and peel shape designed to accommodate for the front-facing camera and Face ID. Both of these will make iPhone look more professional and user-friendly. And although the next is under-display Touch ID, the feature that seems to get kicked down the road the most in Apple rumor world is the return of Touch ID. So we'll see if it is released in Apple iPhone 14. And another big one is the foldable iPhone. Folder screen has been in the market with some Android phones. This technology might be adopted by iPhone as well in the near future. The following features will make iPhone more powerful and safe, like better battery life, Wi-Fi 6E adoption, A16 chips make the phone running much faster than the old releases. 220 Hz promotion display and make it look, good to the consumers when they spend long time in front of the phone. 5G connectivity, MagSafe accessories, and satellite connectivity.
Society's impact on iPhone's future. Society is constantly looking for products that make their lives easier and that will continue to have a direct impact on what Apple does to the next iPhone. Apple will always make those changes to accommodate people's daily lives. Things like people's obsession with taking pictures, the constant need to have internet access, GPS, and even adding features like car crash detection. Marketing the iPhone in the future. Apple has always dominated in the marketing department, and it is likely that in the future they may not have to. People's want to always have the newest product is enough for them to be drawn in. Apple will continue to bring the shock factor with their newest technologies and create a hype around those features. Apple's iPhone will continue to strive based on brand loyalty alone.
Now, Apple's projected future marketing and advertising over the iPhone. On the left, you can see the frame from the iPhone 13 Pro's introduction ad. I use this in a lot of my presentations because I think it's such an important frame to be taken and understood into Apple's current and most likely future marketing strategy. So, if there's anything to be said about Apple's current marketing strategy, is that it works very, very well. The company's current advertising of the iPhone, like you can see on the left, does a great job explaining to the tech savvy all the technology details that encompass the iPhone's advancements. The advancements of the technology are huge, and you can see this with the iPhone 13 Pro's the frame on the left, explaining the advancements made to their camera technology as well as their software in recognizing facial recognition. You can see the cinematography, editing tools. That these are all very big advancements, um, but they're also made with simplicity in mind, so that everybody can understand the advancements that Apple is making to their iPhones.
The future marketing of the iPhone. Apple has always done a phenomenal job with marketing its iPhones after decades. The biggest key to success of the iPhone's marketing is simplicity of its tech and ads. If you look on Apple, it's the most simplistic website. You always find what you need and they make it very remotely accessible for any type of age or groups. Another key advantage is highlighting these various shows that they do. So this started in 2007 when the first iPhone was released. They always do these tech shows to always market the new upcoming products. It's an iPhone 14, the new MacBook, or whatever Apple products are coming in the next season.
Next slide. Whether this future marketing would work today, and absolutely it would. Apple's projected marketing strategy of the iPhone would work today because it's working today. It's the future marketing strategy will not deviate too far from the current marketing strategy that Apple currently employs to promote their products and promote the iPhone in general. It doesn't vary in a drastic way from the current advertising methods that Apple is doing today. The future ones will remain relatively the same, so long as they don't impede on their marketing goals. And what I mean by this is when you go to one of the earliest iPhone advertisements, they are very simplistic and they don't really talk about the iPhone in general. They talk about maybe a few important features that the iPhone has, such as the hello advertisement was very vague about the iPhone. These new advertisements and the new marketing strategy that Apple currently uses are very specific, but very simple to understand, as with the last frame, the iPhone 13 Pro. This will remain a trend in Apple's marketing. Another thing that Apple uses today that they will probably keep going with in the future is the App Store and other related downloads provide huge marketing and promoting opportunities for not only Apple, but for other companies who would like to promote their services on the App Store. The App Store is a huge win for Apple because it's not only used on their iPhone, but it's used on Mac, it's used on their smart TVs, it's used on a lot of different products that Apple designs. So it's a huge revenue stream, but it's a huge promoting opportunity as well for their own company. So this strategy is already being employed and will most likely remain employed for the future, for years to come. Oh, and then on the left, you can also see the settings gear. I was going to talk about accessibility from earlier, but this is also another thing that Apple likes to include in their marketing is making sure that everybody knows about the upcoming accessibility options and how more people can use their upcoming products. As with the languages additions from iOS 1 to the current iteration of iOS, over 50 languages have been added since the first iteration of iOS. There are a lot of accessibility options like that that keep Apple and the iPhone in particular very high on the accessibility um, rating. So this is something that Apple really wants to make sure that their consumers and their potential consumers know that their products remain very accessible for the public.